I feel like two things are happening with Vintage Collection right now. Number one, the releases are kind of slowing down again. And number two, I'm not caring as much. A lot of them that they've been putting out recently, I haven't really been buying. A lot of them are like reissues. The Acolyte figures I don't care about because I didn't watch the show, and I probably won't, at least for quite some time. I'll have to be very bored to watch the Acolyte. I just haven't really been feeling it lately. I have been reviewing the ones that I've been getting, and I got these two, and I figured, hey, why not review them both, because they're both pretty much from, the Mandoverse, that era of Disney+. We have the HK-87 Assassin, which is just a repaint of the red one, and my red one is bagged up right now, so it's like bagged up in a box in the basement, so I will not be able to pull that out for a comparison, unfortunately, but trust me, it's the same thing but red. And then we have the Mandalorian Judge, where there's a lot of these Mando variants, and they're all just blue. Here's another blue Mando. Oh, you like blue Mandalorians? Here's more blue Mandalorians. I love blue. I like blue Mandalorians, but I am very tired of blue Mandalorians. So at least there's an orange one with a blue visor, but I actually really like the design of the Judge. He was actually one of my more standout favorite designs from Mando Season 3. So I'm happy to have him. He'll look really cool in my Mando diorama that I make someday. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's start with the HK-87. Because this one I feel like isn't as exciting for me. It's still a really cool design. I love the HK-87 design, and I'm happy to finally have a figure of it. I remember seeing them in Mando, and I was like, yeah, I'd like to have myself one of those. And thankfully, we finally do, because they also reappeared in Ahsoka. So you can see the card back image is really nice. I like the color of red, because it kind of has a bit of a match with this being red as the background with the commander unit that was also red. The bio says, Assassins by design. The HK-87 droids loyal to Morgan Elsbeth have served her as tireless bodyguards and enforcers. Cool. Very cool stuff. Let's open it up. So hopefully I can pierce this okay. It's so hard to open these on camera, but I'm hoping I can pierce this okay because I accidentally broke the tip off of the Zacto blade. I have a million Zacto blades, so I'll just replace this one, but I forgot. I actually forgot to grab the knife, so I grabbed the knife, and then when I got it out in my room, I'm like, oh, I forgot the tip is broken. So, I'm trying to remember how I broke the tip. I think I was trying to use the knife to kind of dig a little hole in something, and the tip broke off. It was stupid. Basically, I need a little like drill set, like those ones that Toy Polloi has, where he's like, I've got this millimeter one, and he like drills it perfectly, and he's able to put something in there. I need one of those, because I just don't have that. Alright, bubble has been cut. Let's look at the figure. Doesn't seem like too much is going on here. We have the Electro staff, looking very neat, very cool. Then the figure itself, I always love how I pull them out. I just take the arm and they're like, oh no! It's like they don't want to go. Like, no, I don't want to go! I don't want to go! Alright, so here it is. I feel like I'm so used to seeing the retro one, because the retro one was everywhere in stores, because the retro collection stuff doesn't really sell well. So I feel like I'm so used to seeing that. But yeah, this looks neat. This definitely looks neat. I appreciate the little bit of paint on it, even though I do feel like a lot of the colors are just the molded plastic. It still does have some red going on the lower half, which definitely looks cool. Yeah, it's a cool droid design. It definitely is. I like the head. The head is very neat. Has like this visor, and then it's like all this techie detail greebling for the face. And it just has this big dome helmet. It's a very cool droid head. I like the shoulder pads. Those seem to be pretty neat. They're doing a good job like getting out of the way and everything. Definitely like that. It's got the fabric cape. It does have a little spot back there to store the blaster that he does not come with. It's only the red one comes with it. Yeah, I think the cape sits pretty well on him. You can see on the card back, the cape is supposed to leave some of the shoulder exposed. I give you no time to look at that. You can see the cape is supposed to leave some shoulder exposed. And I feel like at this scale, that's just not going to happen. I mean, we can try. Maybe we can try to get this down a little bit more. Out a little bit more. Probably not. Yeah, we can at least see a little bit of the chest now. I don't know. I think it looked fine before. It looks fine just right there. I'm not going to complain. Let's go ahead and give him the staff. Because he pretty much saw all the articulation. It's pretty standard 3 3/4-inch articulation, especially for a droid like this. It moves nice, you know. It's got that thigh swivel. It's got knees. It's got pretty standard ankles. Pretty standard fare for a TVC figure. I can definitely see some people getting duplicates of this. And I think that's a pretty nice option. You could have a little army of these guys. But me, I think I'm good with just one. I'm one and done. Yeah, I feel like I really don't have too much else to say. It's the HK-87 Assassin. It's neat. If this is one you want in your collection, I say go for it. I'm happy to have it. It won't really have much of anywhere to go for a while, but hopefully someday it will. Alrighty, then next up, the one I'm probably most excited for out of these two, the Mandalorian Judge. Very cool card back. I really do enjoy the color, how it kind of matches the very little blue you see on the visor. On the back, his bio reads, "The Judge presides over a Mandalorian training match between the foundling Grogu and Paz Vizsla's son, Ragnar." I wouldn't mind a figure of Ragnar. I thought his helmet, basically looking like an old Hasbro Boba Fett helmet, was really cute. Yeah, this seems like a really nice figure. It seems like it's pretty much just using the standard, like, the Death Watch Mandalorian body. Pretty much seems like that's what it's using. And honestly, in the Mando show, it seems like most of the Mandos just use the same kind of armor. Oh, his jetpack's orange. That's so cool. Yeah, let's open this one. Let's get it open. I can definitely tell the card is a little heavier than the HK, simply because this is like an actual guy in a suit and not a skinny little droid. But this should be... Jeez, it's stuck. There we go. This should be a pretty nice little figure for my Mandalorian collection. Because how I kind of collect 3 3/4-inch nowadays, I collect thinking about how I can use them to genuinely build the world. And I don't really want my world of Star Wars toys to just be like, here's a billion characters just on a shelf. I want to like build dioramas. Because I've always wanted to tap into that artistic side of the hobby. Like, kind of like, geez, what was his name? Budget Jedi. Good old Budget Jedi. Hope he's doing well. If you're watching this, what's up, dude? But he did awesome videos, like building dioramas and just being so creative with things around the house, or, you know, going to supply stores and using things and items in so many creative ways. And whenever, oh, geez, I wrecked the top of that. Yikers. Can't win them all. But I really just want to tap into that creative side of the hobby. And I feel like 3 3/4-inch as a scale is so perfectly suited for diorama making that I just want to get these characters and make dioramas with them. Like, I see this guy and I want to make, like, the Mandalorian tribe. I want to have them by a mountain, by a lake. I want to do that. And hopefully, someday, I might be able to. Alright, this figure definitely seems pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get this cape a little bit more adjusted. Is it kind of like wrapped around the neck? Here, let's just pop his head off and see what we're looking at here. Because the cape should be around his shoulder. Because that's how it is. Oh, okay, so it's got 2 holes. Yeah, because the cape should definitely be around the shoulder, like that. It should not be on his back. Alright, so we got that. Let's plug the head back on. Alright. I was so focused on what I was doing. If that was out of focus the whole time, I'm going to be so mad. J4 in post, are you mad? Oh, he's mad. Or he's not mad, depending on whatever I put there. I don't know. Does he have a holster for the gun, or is he just supposed to hold it? I guess he's just supposed to hold it. I don't see a holster. That's kind of unusual. I guess the design doesn't have a holster. But they want to give him a gun anyway, just so he has a weapon. I understand that. Then his jetpack, go ahead and plug that in. Oh, I love the gold. The gold on the tips looks really nice. Dude, that paint looks nice. It's just a nice looking Mandalorian. I love this design. And it is using that Death Watch style body. So it does have a lot of nice articulation. The rangefinder can go down. I just love the shade of orange, dude. It reminds me, especially the paint on the helmet, it reminds me of like a Halloween pumpkin decoration. It really does. Like, I just got a pumpkin skeleton from Spirit Halloween, and the paint looks almost identical to the paint on this helmet. Yeah, I love the blue, too. That looks really clean. The paint on that helmet looks really clean. I do love the mismatch of colors on the legs. That looks really nice. A little bit of orange right there. The chest looks nice. Overall, this is a really nice design for a Mandalorian, man. I love this one. Articulation is what you do expect for a modern 3 3/4 inch Mando figure. It moves good, poses good, looks good. I'm really happy with this one. It's not much else to say, but I really do enjoy it. This will definitely be a highlight for me in my Mandalorian collection. Oh, I love the little hand armor. That being colored too. Here, let's see if we can get him in the pose on the card back. But we'll still have him holding the gun, just so he is holding something. He'll look so gangsta. He gonna look gangsta, man. Yeah, this is a cool looking Mando, dude. I love this one. This might actually be one of my very favorite Mando designs from the Mandalorian show. Paz Vizsla is my all-time #1 favorite. But I don't know, this might break into the top 5 at least. I love this look. So there we go, guys. I don't really have much else to say. They're just 2 nice 3 3/4 inch TVC Star Wars figures. They continue to still make good stuff. It's just that the stuff they make is, you know, very delayed in how long it takes. Like, it took Cobb Vanth 4 years. It's ridiculous. And some of them are just, you know, whatever. These aren't going to be for everybody. Not everybody's going to want this droid, and not everybody's going to want a Mandalorian character that doesn't even have a name. But they're cool. I like them. I especially like the Mandalorian. I think they nailed that one. That one looks really, really good. One thing I am noticing, though, I feel like the helmet style on that is more of like the Boba Fett style of helmet. But looking at it on the card back, the style almost looks almost a bit more like Din Djarin's helmet. A little bit more narrow, a little bit more trimmed down at the bottom, where it kind of flares out a little bit on the bottom of the figure, if it's ever going to get in focus again. But it still looks good. That's not like an inaccuracy that I feel is terrible. It's just a little observation I made, I guess. All right, there we go. Don't really have much else to say. I like them. I recommend them. If they're the kind of thing you want, go for it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Special shout out to channel members, as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.